Hello, super quick intro. Today I'm going to be showing you the solution for the Hanayama Rattle puzzle and then how you can put it back together in its original position. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so here we have a fully assembled rattle puzzle, and I wish, before we go into this, I wish that the solution that you're about to see was a little bit more technical than it actually is. You can be technical, but it's just not an efficient way of actually solving this puzzle. I'll show you the position that is the technical position, but I probably won't be able to get it. The reason it's not very practical is because it's extremely hard to do without sort of going the non-practical way of essentially shaking the puzzle when you're in a certain position. So first of all, it doesn't matter which way around we've got this puzzle. We could have it this way or this way. All four pieces are exactly the same, and it doesn't matter what orientation you put them back together in either, because of that same fact that they are all exactly the same. Now for the position, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the bottom two pieces to start with, and we want to stagger them as much as we possibly can in this position here. Now there's two ways to stagger it, this way or this way. We want the side that doesn't have the straight lines that you can see in here or in here. We want it the opposite way around. There's nothing blocking these two spaces in here. With the top two pieces now, we're going to pull them together and try and get them as close to the middle of the bottom two pieces as we possibly can. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold on to the top two pieces. We're going to make it so that there's a very, very slight gap in the top here. Now that gap sort of doesn't matter in a sense, because we're going to be playing around with the size of it as we're sort of going with the shaking solution. And if we get it in exactly the right spot, all we would have to do from this position is just lift the top two pieces and they would be separated from the bottom two. However, that's very rarely, if ever, going to be the case. And what we have to do instead is we have to allow the bottom two pieces to slide around, and essentially what we're going to do is just slide them backwards and forwards until we get this position here where they will just fall out of the bottom of the top two pieces. And as you can see, these pieces are all exactly the same. And now we've got them apart, it's going to be much easier to show you how and why that works, or how it solves. So we had the bottom two pieces in this position, staggered as much as they can without the straight lines that you can see in here and here. So this position, and with the top two pieces, we had them in this position here. The good thing that now we've got it apart is that we can now see both or all four of these gaps on the underside of each piece. And the position that we solved it in was essentially this position here. And these were just laid on top, and the reason it solves is because this gap fits over this gap fits over this, at the same time that this gap fits over here, and this gap fits over here. And it is as simple as that. It's all about lining those four gaps up at exactly the same time to separate them. And it actually makes putting them back together much easier, because all we have to do is we can essentially just get our eye in line with it, lay them flat down, and then we've connected it from there. That is how you reassemble it. It's a little bit more technical putting it back together, but yeah, unfortunately the separating of it just involves a little bit of shaking. And I have been a bit lucky there, so in terms of how quickly it's happened both times, there has been times where I've been here for quite a while, so don't be discouraged if it doesn't happen immediately on the first couple of shakes. Keep going, and yeah, you will eventually solve the rattle puzzle. So there it is. That is how you disassemble and then reassemble the rattle puzzle. As I said, as we were doing it, I would prefer this one to be get it in this specific position, move that piece to here, move that piece to here, and then separate it. It's not. It's get it into this position and shake it until it falls apart, which isn't that satisfying to me anyway, but it is what I've found to be the most efficient way of solving the rattle puzzle. And hopefully this has helped you solve that rattle puzzle for yourself. And if you want to see me either struggle through the rattle puzzle for the first time, or any of these other Hanayama puzzles, and then the step-by-step solutions to each and every one of them, then be sure to click my face here to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace!